Sometimes when the world feels heavy, you may be asking yourself, why even bother making art? Why focus on joy when there's so many terrible things that are happening in the world? And what if the joy is not a distraction at all from any of that, and the joy is the whole point of life? Um, we have been around for a long time. Humans have been around for a while. And with that, we have been through periods of time that have been challenging in different ways. And through all of those, through all of those different time periods, through all of those changes, there have always been the people who have continued to make art. And I personally am not a history buff or anything by any means, but I can look back at the art during certain time periods, and you can see through the art, or listen or read, you know, the art that was made during certain historical periods of time really capture the essence of what was going on at that time. And I feel like that's what we need to be doing right now too, because this will not last forever. This will also come to pass. But in the meantime, we have to keep going. We have to keep making art in order to keep the human spirit alive. It is another way that you are able to transmute all of the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, all of that stuff from here into something else, into whatever it is you're drawing, you're painting, you're building, sewing, knitting, making with clay, um, or even if you're doing a sport, you're moving that energy out of your head, your body, your emotions into something else, and you're not letting it stick in your body, you're not letting it stick to you. And when people are dancing, singing, creating, and celebrating life, you're saying, like, I am still here and I refuse to disappear. Art, like I said, art, movement, um, any type of creation helps us process grief. It helps us express anger. It helps us tell stories so that we know we are not alone. It helps us imagine new possibilities, and it transforms our emotion into meaning and connection with other people. And that's it. It's another thing is when you're so overwhelmed and hopeless and exhausted and numb, it makes it so hard to want to create, but also to be able to make any kind of change, which I feel like makes it more important to be able to make art anyway, express those emotions, get those things out of your system. And then if you want to share it, do so, because you have no idea the ripple effects that your art could have on other people. Not only that, but then to do so, to express yourself in a way that is joyful. It helps restore energy, it strengthens community, and it reminds people like what we are fighting for. The joy becomes the fuel to keep going. So your creativity matters, and your art may be a painting, a song, a poem, dancing in your kitchen, sharing your voice. All of those things adds to more life in the world. So, as I've said, joy is not the distraction. I think that the joy is the reminder of what life is meant to be. And creating joy, especially in times when the world feels heavy, is its own form of rebellion, because you refuse to dim your light, and you're choosing to exist out loud. Okay, that's what I got for today.